welcome back. I have just finished enchanting a few things up, and I'm going to go ahead and get my regular armor and tools back out. Yes. And see what else we can do. And I'm thinking that maybe getting some work done on a station, a minecart station for here in the Nether. At least getting the groundwork for it laid would probably be a good idea. Let's see. Good. Got one of those. And the rest of them are going to be out at the station. That's fine. Won't need it while I'm on the minecart track, so let's roll out. Here we are, arriving back at the station, and I think that rather than... Oh, I really get tired of these guys on the track. I would like very much for there to be some kind of a way to prevent them from spawning on my enclosed track. Well, I realize that's going to be somewhat difficult to come up with because I do know that they can spawn pretty much anywhere in the Nether and at any light level. Okay, I've had it with you. Alright. And I figure there probably isn't any problem with that because I'm sure that none of his buddies saw me do that. And I don't honestly care if they did because I'm tired of running into those things on the track. Anyway, I'm going to start making some preparations for making a station here. I don't know how much of one I'm going to get built right now because it's been one of those days. But I figure I can at least get the foundation laid for it. Alright, we're going outside, so use the potion. Because we will be working over lava. As soon as I remember to go around the side that isn't encased. Alright. Okay, I figure to start out with the new and improved station, the floor of which I think needs to be there. And the reason for that is to allow for room for redstone and so on. We won't need a whole lot of redstone in this design, but there will be some needed for switching tracks. That, and I want to just give myself a little bit of room for getting things done. this design is to make it such that it will be actually fairly easy to expand it and add tracks to it later. Okay, that's far enough. Alright, now just a matter of extend this floor out that way, also to give myself a little bit of room for the inner workings here. Although I can see that I'm going to be needing to bring in a lot more cobblestone. Alright, now I'm going to be expanding the cobblestone floor that I'm standing on now at least 2 or 3 blocks this way and all the way under the existing station. And because I know how exciting that's going to be, I'll go ahead and get this done. I'll catch up with you in a bit. And I will probably be making a cobblestone run while I'm at it. Alright, I have restocked on cobblestone and so on, and I finished getting the new foundation level put in. And now it's time, I think, to do a little bit of rearranging of things here. And one of those is I am going to, temporarily at least, disassemble this portal, because I'm going to want to still have it here, of course, but I want it to be in a different spot that won't be in the middle of the room. I must say I do appreciate how much faster obsidian breaks these days. I remember taking close to a minute to break one block before, and this is so much better. Alright, let's just go ahead and fill that in. And break out some of this back wall and this window as well, which will be moved to the new back wall when the renovations are completed. Alright. Get the obsidian. And now I'm going to go ahead and get this new foundation layer done up in cobblestone, now that I have enough to do it with. And I'll catch up with you when I'm ready for the next step. Okay, I've completed the basement area, if you will, the area where most, if not all, the redstone wiring will be run. Well, I completed most of it. Alright, and I have expanded where the outer walls station will be, and so on. And so, head inside. Well, just before heading inside, need to outline where the front wall is going to be. And that's going to be along this line here. Yeah. And that's enough to show me where it's going to be. And so I can go ahead and start tearing some more of this out here. The rest of this old back wall. And more glass. I'll be replacing the window on the new wall once everything else is taken care of. And come to think of it, I should go ahead and move the door. It's not an absolute cure-all for keeping the zombie pigmen out, but it helps. Alright, now let's see. Okay. The tracks will be coming in just like before. And let's go ahead and take some of this up. And then it'll head off that way. Incoming track from here will be similarly treated. Let's see. Like so. And there will be over there a single launcher, and let's see, let's go ahead and get it put in. Actually, not necessarily all the way back like that, but possibly like there. Go ahead and put some wall in here, because in recent construction I managed to aggro a bunch of these zombie pigmen, and they haven't gotten over it yet. And so I just as soon keep them out. Alright, so if we assume the launcher is going to be there, the launch button, put the back wall probably about there, and then there would be powered rail here and here. A detector rail probably about there, and so on. I don't have enough track with me to actually lay this all the way out, but this is the basic idea. The launcher comes from here, goes along here, and actually, wait a minute. This is why it's a good idea to dry run these things. Like so. Well, no. Like so, along through here. And along here, there will be switched curve pieces along here. One to go down this way, and another one to go up that track, and so on. And as you go here, there will be the option for additional tracks and so on that can be put in later. And then incoming, come along here, and it will turn this way and go up a ramp. It will drop the cart right here. There will be a pressure plate here, powered rail there, regular track here. And then the track will come along this way until it gets back here where it will go up a ramp. Okay, let's get this laid out. Along here will be a trapdoor. Actually, this back wall might have to go backwards one. No, it doesn't. Just move my works forward a block. Alright, so there'll be a trapdoor type Pez dispenser set up here. And I want to have the ramp tall enough so that it can handle a decent number of carts. Kind of like the one at the main base does. And this part of the roof will be however high it needs to be to accommodate the stack of minecarts. And so on. So I think what I need to do is stop back at the warehouse and pick up some minecarts and some minecart track, powered rails, and so on. So I think I'll do that. Let me unload some of this stuff here. Alright, I'm going to take this minecart, head back to the main base, pick up some minecart track, powered rail, a few more minecarts, and so on. Oh, you can't chase one of those things up a hill, can you? And then, of course, this one picked up a zombie pig man. Oh, isn't that just special? Well, looks like I get to aggro more zombie pigmen because I have to kill that SOB for making me walk.
It does answer a question I've had, though. A zombie pigman or whatever mob in a minecart counts as an occupied minecart. How about that? And something else I've heard recently, I saw it mentioned on Twitter, I think it was, the build limit is going up. And we're going to be having 256 block build limits. Oh, that's cute. He hijacked my minecart and then got out of it by the time it got to here. So I ended up just having to walk because of this sucker. Oh boy. Okay, I'm off to pick up supplies. All right. Okay, let's see. Minecarts. Let's grab a few extras. And we can come back and get more. Powered rail. At least one detector rail. And let's have a couple of stacks or 3 stacks of track just to be sure. All right. At least with this new station, the wiring of switches and whatnot should be easier because I'm putting the tracks a little farther apart than I did with the main station. With that one, I had it every other track, every other block was a piece of track, and that was a pain to wire up. And I really don't want to have that much of difficulty again. All right, fine. And I'm going to have to, at some point, go around to all of my various minecart launchers and whatnot and install Pez dispenser systems because they're so much easier to deal with and so on. You don't have to wonder if there's a cart at that location or not because there's always at least 3 or 4 extras and so on. So I will be doing that. All right. Now, let's lay out some of this track. From the launcher, which I can go ahead and install the powered rail for that. And then we come up here, turn this way, and this is a good place, at least as good a place as any, for the detector rail, which will operate the Pez dispenser. Okay. Alright, and we have another there. And here too, powered rail. The reason for these powered rails is to make sure the cart has enough oomph to keep going all the way to the end, however long that might end up being. Because right now it's only going to have the 2 tracks, but part of the reason for doing this is anticipating new tracks being added onto the system later on. And so that would continue on down that way for however many tracks there are, and that wall of the building will eventually get moved back to wherever it needs to be. For now, however, there. For now, this will work. Run the system along this way. Another powered rail to keep it moving. And we're rich, so we'll just power it all the way up this incline. And then we have another powered rail there. And I believe with an unoccupied cart, you want a powered rail about every, I think it's every 6 or 8 track. I actually don't know right now. I used to, but it's been a while since I've done anything with minecart track. So I'm just kind of guessing here. All right. Okay. Freshly dispensed cart falls down here, goes through here, here, up here. Okay. This tells me I need to move this assembly. The cart has to keep going up. To at least that high. So you can walk under it without getting clobbered. And then, okay, cart comes up the ramp, hits that block, falls there, lands on powered rail. And now let's see, we have sandstone block there with our launch button on it so that we can actually see it.